Hello, Delaware County, and happy July 19th. We've got a great episode tonight where we are going to get our Delco Auras read by the Shelly Smiley.
Hello.
Hello. You are a medium?
I don't know.
I'm a 3.
I was going to say, she's kind of tiny. She's a petite.
Yeah. Well, this is true. I read auras. I give spiritual readings. I don't really call myself like a psychic or anything like that. And I wouldn't call myself like a prophet or anything like that. But I know that I can connect with people. I'm also an empath, so I can feel other people's feelings and things like that also.
Were you at the Grateful Dead show last Sunday?
I was not.
Do you wish you were there?
No, I do.
Have you seen them before?
Yeah, but
Okay.
not like that.
Do you have hula hoops?
No. I think the closest I've ever gotten to that was seeing the monkeys.
Really?
Yeah.
The monkeys?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No, that's not them.
Yeah, that is
them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've seen them 3 times. So yeah.
Are they
but
still
not
around?
way back. No.
Davy Jones, is he alive?
I don't think so. I think the only one that's still alive is Peter, but I'm not positive on that. Don't quote me.
Their spirit is still alive, though.
And that's why she's here tonight.
They'll come back. I'll tell you what they're saying.
Damn straight. Well, they never left.
Yeah.
So your mask matches your hat. That's pretty nice. Oh, and your shirt.
Yeah.
And you have a cross.
I do.
Necklace.
I
so
do.
as someone who reads auras and what am I looking for here? Like the psychological arts or whatever. You also are tied down to religion to an extent too.
Well, I wouldn't call myself overly religious. I would call myself spiritual.
Your necklace.
I am Christian. No, well, not really, because there's a difference between having a spiritual connection to God and going to organized religions. It's
gotcha.
not the same thing.
Yeah, because we don't like to do anything organized, as you can tell.
Oh no, neither do I.
Because there's no Jesus on the cross. Anyone could have died on that crucifix.
No, I believe in Jesus. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Did you go to Catholic school?
No.
Really?
No, I didn't.
So you are Shelly Smiley.
Yes.
And you are from Delco.
Yes.
Born and raised?
I've been here pretty much all my life. Yeah. I was in Florida for a couple of years of my life.
Rehab or Disney World?
I don't remember. I was like 7. I honestly don't even remember the town. I lived there for like maybe a year and a half, and then I came back. I was at Norristown, and then I was in Collingdale, then Broomall, Newtown Square. So I've been kind of in the general area.
I bought drugs in everywhere you just listed at some point in my life.
Today.
Yes. This week.
This week.
I'm so happy my car has turn signals again. So when did you realize you had this gift?
It's just always been something I could do, but I didn't actually like tap into it until I was older. Because you see, my mother used to always come to me and talk to me and say things about people she knew, and like, oh, I wonder how they're feeling, or I wonder how they're this. And I could always tell her how they were feeling. I could always tell her what she should say to them if they were having some kind of issue. I could always kind of pan it out as a kid. And as a kid and a teen, everybody will come to me with their problems and be like, "Oh, this is my problem. What should I do? This is my problem. What should I do?" You were the shoulder to
cry on.
Yeah. I was doing a flea market. I was selling things at a flea market.
What were you selling?
Okay? Just old stuff that I owned, just whatever.
Oh, like a yard sale.
Yeah, like it was like a yard sale, but it was like a flea market. It was a setup with more than one person.
Oh, okay.
And this woman comes up to me and she's just like, And she didn't know me from Adam. I'm sitting behind my table waiting to sell things. She's like,
nice little religious reference.
yeah, but she comes up to me and she says to me, "Oh, my hairdresser, he just did this thing. He was like,
arson."
Yeah, no, he's just.
Wait, it wasn't really arson?
It wasn't arson.
Oh, all right. I was saying, oh my God,
am I
in
more
a path?
interesting now? I would have been that he really. But no, he was just like, she's like, well, he pushed my hair off my shoulder, and one of the other people in there said, "Oh, you two should go get a room." And now I don't know what to do. Now I have an appointment, and should I go to the appointment? I'm like, well, that's messed up in so many levels.
So many different angles on that one. But question, in that story, did she know what you did, or she just automatically just felt?
She just started asking me the question. She just felt
comfortable enough to talk to you about it.
From Adam, and she just asked me this, and I'm like, well, I don't know why you're asking me, but okay.
Was this flea market at 69th Street Terminal, and it was just someone getting off the L? Oh, okay.
She actually was very sober, if you were thinking that. She wasn't drunk or anything, no drugs involved. She just seemed very normal, and she just asked me this question. I'm like, really?
Where was
the Holbrook's not used to operating sober and without drugs or alcohol, so
100%.
You can understand why he would get confused very easily.
Where was this flea market?
I don't know. It's been a while. But I remember her asking me, I said, you need to tell everybody in that place what that person did, because that person's probably saying this to everybody, making everybody in there uncomfortable, and they shouldn't be working there if that's the way they're going to react to somebody just slightly moving your hair off your shoulder.
So this was early on, but not the first time you had,
No, my family will always come to me and ask me, what people were thinking and how people were feeling, and I'd be able to tell them. And I didn't even think about why.
Did you watch Lost, the show on ABC?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what they were thinking.
Half the time, I don't know what I'm thinking.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But you can figure out everybody else.
I don't even do any drugs. I just am lost.
Amphetamines are wild.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, should we do the sponsors real quick, Al?
Yeah, let's jump into sponsors real quick. I want to thank our awesome sponsors at FatCowJerky.com. That's right, Fat Cow Jerky with all these delicious flavors. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Utterly Perfect Jerky. And now they have a line, because they have plenty of people treats they got. Doggy treats, that's right. Canine cuts right here at Fat Cow Jerky. They're going to have beef liver and chicken as well. It'll be dropping very shortly, so go to fatcowjerky.com and find out when you can get your favorite canine some delicious treats. And don't forget David R. Cherry. Get hurt at work, in a car accident, personal injury, or you're just a complete scumbag in Delco. He'll help you out anyway. Cherry
stealing AC jitney and driving into the Ridley Creek. It happens.
We have a guy. CherryInjuryLaw.com.
Pop your cherry.
Oh, God. CherryInjuryLaw.com. David R. Cherry at 610-565-0300. Don't forget, guys, the Delco Masters is coming up on August 12th at the Putt Putt in Clifton Heights. The fourth annual. Fourth annual. That illustrious green jacket could be yours, plus just the bragging rights, of course, that you get, plus other great prizes for signing up. And just for signing up, you'll get a 2-hour open bar right down the street at the Delco Cup. The old
If you're wondering
Stanley
what
Cup.
the Delco Cup is, it's a Stanley Cup.
Yes.
It's just called the Delco Cup now. It's much nicer.
And as I said earlier, Dolan's has some great news coming out. They have the taqueria there, but now they're going to be bringing more of Wolf's great food from the Aston area right down here to Ridley, including the gritty and the pickle Rick, one of my two favorites I can tell you about. We will have the menu shortly once that comes out. And, of course, don't forget to check out the Best of Delco, which is going on. Right? What's that? When's the end? The
30th.
The 30th. So go on.
Hard stop on the 30th.
Sign up. Vote for Delco Live for your...
You don't have to sign up. You just go in there, you type things in, and you press submit.
Whatever. Go in there, submit for your favorite comedy show as well as your favorite day out for Delco Day. And anything else you want to, because we one time won Best Aerobic Studio.
We did.
In the Delco.
We did.
And as you can tell, we do a lot of aerobics.
We're great. We stretch the truth all the time.
Oh, God. Here he goes. This is why I don't let him talk too often.
So, Shelly.
Yeah.
Last name is Smiley.
Yeah.
Is that English or Welsh?
No. It's just,
depends on what language you say it in.
It's just...
What generation Smiley are you?
I'm the first generation. I made that name. I wanted that name, and I took that name.
A pseudonym, a pen name?
Yeah.
Oh, next week we got it.
I just thought to myself, there is not one name that doesn't sound good with Smiley following it.
True.
What-
Smiley and you're happy. It's
Hitler Smiley.
Are you a smiley person?
Hitler Smiley doesn't even sound that bad, but
You're right.
it's just messed up.
You're right. Name of the next band, Hitler Smiley.
There you go.
Sold.
There you go. I'll come see it. Yeah.
So because now we can't see with the mask on, but are you a very giggly, smiley person? Is that why, or is it?
It is more like I like to make other people smile. It's more like I like to see people smile and happy. I just like to see people.
Well, we
happy.
can't see you smile.
Oh well.
I can tell you I don't have COVID. Can you read my aura that I
believe
don't
you.
have it?
I believe you. No, yeah, actually, I can.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know why.
I've had it twice.
Well, that'd been nice like years ago because my nose hurts from all the tests I've gotten. It would have been nice to have somebody just look at me and now he's good.
Sometimes you wish you actually tested positive so you didn't waste your time sticking it up your nose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
well, I might as well have it if you're going to keep doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're sticking COVID in my nose.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
my
been
nose
wondering that. I
My
wondered
nose
that
hurts from all those
sometimes.
Collindale bumps from all those things on top of urinals.
Jesus Christ. So you were an aura reader.
Yeah.
And when I talked to you,
Aura.
Aurora
Borealis. At this time of year, Al.
If your aura looks like that, that would be amazing.
So my question is, when I talked to you, I already made, assumptions or thought I knew what I was talking about. And as you pointed out, I was wrong. So a lot of people think of palm readers or psychics or
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo, yes.
Not, I mean, a lot of people are into that. I'm not into any of that.
Is Miss Cleo a hack?
What now?
Miss Cleo. Remember her?
No.
Oh, darling, call us. I'll tell you all about it. Oh,
Yeah, but even if you don't believe what she's saying, it's kind of amusing and funny either way.
She was from Baltimore. She wasn't even from Jamaica.
Oh, was she faking that?
Yeah, dude. She was
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
That makes it more funny. You do it for amusement.
$5.99 a minute. Call us. I'll tell you. Oh, you.
Dude, she made a killing, Miss Cleo.
Damn straight. I call her.
Killing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people are out there bored out of their minds.
Between her and then like the televangelists out there that make like millions of dollars and live on compounds.
That's just messed.
Yeah.
Is that your end game to start a cult?
No,
it's mine.
It isn't.
We've called Holbrook a cult leader at least 10 times in his
Why
life.
do you think I grew the long hair?
Okay.
What are you, fat Jesus?
No,
I'd like to survive whatever you're planning.
Oh,
Just,
trust me, you will. You're part of the plan.
Don't worry. The best part about being a part of Holbrook's cult, the plan never goes the way it's supposed to, and it never gets finished because he gets out of breath by the end of it.
It's like Pinky in the
So you're okay. You'll
no, that sounds like The Flash. You guys ever watch The Flash?
With
the on what's it on?
WB
or CW
yeah.
or whatever.
Definitely has.
Yeah, I watched it.
And you know the cold guy. He says, "Make the plan, follow the plan, mess up the plan."
Mess up the plan. Makes sense. That sounds about that's about our motto.
Yeah.
There you go. You should look that
Make
up.
a plan, come up with an idea, completely trash it, and do something else.
I'm rather self-sabotaging.
That's his theories.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he says it.
So Al, you spoke with Miss Smiley.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience.
Well, I mean, educational. Because like I said, I assumed, I'll be honest with you,
Right.
I assumed it was, a person does the card reading or something like along the same lines. I'm not saying that's exactly what I thought you did, but I kind of assumed it was this, I'll tell you what you were like in a past life or well, here's your winning lottery numbers. Like, I don't know what to expect.
I'm actually not good at that.
Obviously, right? You didn't win yet.
Right, exactly. Can't even pick them for myself.
Because I always said that. I'm like, how anybody believe that these guys will give you winning lottery numbers? I'm like, if you believe, why wouldn't they just go take that
and do it themselves?
Do it themselves instead of letting you win and making $5.99 a minute doing it?
Yeah, it's not. You don't get the winning lottery numbers necessarily. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it's more like in the way I do things. It's just like I'm trying to help people, and if I can sense something about their lives or something about the way they're feeling, or if they ask me a question and I can answer it and tell what's going to happen or tell what's going on, I want to help them. I want to help them, and it's like. It's hard for me to like charge people because I just feel like I should just help everybody, but then I would have no money at all.
Sure.
And so I just
is this a full time? Is it a full time thing for you?
Like no.
Okay. Is it a part time? Like
yes, it's like a part time thing.
So does the IRS know that?
I haven't made
now.
That's why it's
now they know.
I haven't made enough for them to care. To be 100% honest, they can investigate me all they want. They're not going to find much.
So we have our first question here, and
okay.
So Victoria's asking, so if you don't have any psychic abilities, what qualifies an aura reader?
It's hard. It's hard. And I didn't say I didn't have any psychic abilities. I just said I don't refer to myself as a psychic. It's not the same thing.
Does being, you said an empath earlier, which
yes, that you can feel other people's feelings.
Does that considered a psychic ability, like in the
I don't necessarily consider it as it, but I mean, I have my own take on things. So what other people think isn't necessarily what I think.
Gotcha.
You know, so I'm not going to say what everybody should say or think. Whatever.
What? So if you can feel other people's, that's concept of empath is to feel what other people are feeling, or at least understand it, or whatever. What is the weirdest feeling you have experienced from a client or customer or person you were reading?
That's a tough one. I mean,
have you ever felt anyone like you can feel anger and sadness? Have you ever felt like hunger, horniness, like anything weird?
The weirdest thing is when I'm just going down the street and I'm randomly driving somewhere and I just get this overwhelming sadness. This overwhelming, like it's a depression feeling. And I'm like, I was just somewhere nice. I'm on my way home. Everything's fine. Why do I feel sad? And it must be like a building I'm driving by that something might have happened in, or just someone who's close to me. Then I just get this sadness and it's the worst part of it is that you don't know who is feeling sad because you're just driving down the street and you're not going to stop and look for somebody.
When you're driving by a Castro Gold store, how do you feel?
Or
if you were driving by like the World Trade Center plot, like would that affect you?
Probably, yes.
Okay, like more than the average American.
Do you stay away from like cemeteries and areas of?
It depends on the cemetery.
Are cemeteries sad?
No, not
everyone
all of
dies
them.
in their own way.
Not all of them. There have been cemeteries that I was in where I felt horrible, creepy. Like there was some weird, horrid presence there, and I didn't want to be there. And then there have been some that I've been in. Yeah, there have been some that I've been in that have just been peaceful, very peaceful. You just sit there and like all the people are probably there just went in peace, and they're all in peace. So there's been some that have been creepy and some that are perfectly calming. Actually,
I used to say that about the Columbus Club. When I would go there, is a lot of these things are creepy, but some are calming.
Mainly creepy.
Yeah,
the calming is the drugs that they put in your drink that made you feel calm. So Victoria has a follow-up question.
Yes.
And in the Wiccan world, being an empath is a form. I guess not a question; it's a statement.
Are you a Wiccan?
Is a form of special or psychic ability. Is that something you kind of group yourself into, or not, and why or why not?
No, I just don't. I just don't follow the same patterns, beliefs, whatever. I just don't.
Okay. You have no affiliations?
I mean, I'm not. No, I don't. I don't.
Like it. Raw dog in the spiritual world.
Yeah, I just do things my own. That's what I'm just my own person, my own beliefs.
So you went rogue in the whole.
Yes, I went rogue.
Okay. When did you get into like promoting and like trying to make this into something that the IRS would be upset about?
I haven't really done too much, to be
honest. When was the first time you made like a Facebook page or like some sort of social media or it's promoted?
Been some years, but like I said, I haven't made enough for the IRS to come even bother me. They wouldn't even bother.
This is a boss freeze. Me and hell IRS the whole time.
Me, they're going to be. It's just not.
Yeah, this is a setup. We're actually IRS. Nobody's on Facebook right now.
Yeah, not much is going to go on because they're not going to find anything. I haven't made a ton of money. I like I said, I'm more into helping people than making a lot of money up. Not that I mean, a little extra on the side for my family. That's it.
Sure.
But, you know, but I've been online helping people, and I have people who have come to me for like literally years who I haven't charged a thing and become really close friends with, and they just come to me when they have problems, and I talk to them about it, and I help them get through things, and it's been like years and years, and you know, they just keep coming back to me and talking to me when they need help, and I help them. But I mean, I can't help every single person because I'm only one person, but I try.
So Victoria has another follow-up. Did ancestry have anything to do with your abilities? Like where and when it started? Like, is it something like your family or?
I wouldn't separate it from like my mom because she always seemed to have kind of different knacks for things, but she never connected it in my mind. I think that she's always kind of knew stuff before it was going to happen, but she never made any kind of connection to it. Like she never got into it or anything like that. She would just say, you know, you don't do that. And she would know.
My mother said that to me all the time.
Yeah.
It's mainly put the food down. Don't do that.
She told me to eat because I wasn't eating enough. She's
Yeah,
like, you're living on Fruit Loops, kid. You got to
me
eat
and Al
something
have the
else.
opposite
yeah,
effect.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
different body habituses.
Yeah.
So when and if you like,
Well,
when did you know, like, okay, wow, I got something special or something I feel that's
there
special
was
here?
a time when I went, I was online and then they were asking for, and I was looking for different things to do and jobs and hobbies and whatnot. And I was actually looking on Craigslist. And there was somebody who
Chemistry breaks there.
advertised that they needed somebody to come and like guide a tour through this hotel, and they needed us.
Was it the Summit Inn?
No, it was not.
That I can only imagine the empathy of that place.
It was a place I honestly don't remember.
The
name.
Raven?
No.
In media?
It was an inn, and it was in Philly.
I was gonna say the Clifton Inn.
It was like a
Yeah.
bed and breakfast kind of place.
Because the Clifton Inn's where George Washington got herpes. believe it or
That
not.
is actually
That's a true fact.
historical fact.
Historical fact.
Okay, God, I wasn't there.
Yes.
I do. That'd be cool to get herpes from George Washington.
No, I don't care who's from.
There is a guy in there named George Washington, and he'd be willing to give you herpes, Holbrook.
Okay, I'll wait till you get back from that.
Yeah, you let us know how. Okay, this man's had more antibiotics than most people have.
They like to call me antibiotic resistant. They call me MRSA at this point.
Jesus.
And yet he wants me not to worry about him having COVID. It's like, what else are you gonna?
Yeah, that's the least you're worried with
Exactly.
Holbrook.
The real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they wanted somebody to go, and they took me into the hotel, and they said, "What do you sense here?" And I told them everything. I told them I can sense a little girl, I can sense a woman in white, I can sense all this different stuff that has been in this place. And they then came out and showed me pictures of all the things that I told them and said, that's what everybody says is here. And I didn't look into the place beforehand. Like I told you, I don't look into anything beforehand.
So, all right. So they brought you there because they thought there was some sort of otherworldly whatever.
Yeah.
And they had descriptions of people saying, "Oh, they saw a young girl, a woman in white," and you, of course, felt that.
I told them actually on the way over, I'm like, "There's a woman in white. There's a woman in white," and that's the first thing I can think about that is over there. And they were just like, "Everybody sees that. Everybody sees her in these rooms." And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's the strongest presence I can feel in this place."
And you don't remember the name of this place?
I do not remember the name of this place. I have like zero memory, but I have
she's too busy with the empathic part.
There's
remember all the facts.
Yeah, I can't memorize everywhere I've ever gone. But,
it's kind of like you drank yourself, you forgot everything. Or she's been working with empathy and forgot these kind of things.
I forget everything.
Forget other people have feelings. I just yell at them.
Yeah.
I forget.
Holbrook doesn't have feelings, so he makes sure everybody else doesn't.
I drown my feelings.
So, all right. So how many? How many times has it been a lot that you've actually been called into a building, an area to get a feel for it?
I've been to a few houses. I think I told you about the one that had the cat skull. So I went in and I was like, "There's a cat here somewhere."
Yeah, tell them that story.
There's a cat here somewhere, and the lady's like, "Oh, I've never had a cat. No one in this house has ever had a cat. There's no cat here." I said, "There's a cat here." And then I look on her bureau and there's a cat skull on her bureau. And I'm like, "There's a cat skull on the bureau." She's like, "Oh, I was just walking through the woods and I picked this up." And I'm like, "But there's no cat here, right?"
How did you
not a full living cat per se, but piece of a cat?
So
like the presence of a cat.
How did you get set up with this person? Were they your friends?
Actually they contacted me online. They were just like, "You need to come over here. Something weird is happening in my house."
Did you tell them that it's weirder that they just grabbed a cat skull from the woods?
Yeah, I know.
And then called them immediately.
That's the hard part. I don't want to be mean to anybody. And there's some people when they come up to me and they there was a couple of times I was supposed to be reading auras and I'll see an aura and it'll be totally black, which is scary.
Really? Like a full-fledged psychopath?
Well, it doesn't have to be. It can be like depression and stuff like that, like really, really bad. But it can also mean just negativity to the wahoo. And the one guy in this one group I was reading was just totally off the charts, and I was just like, but he didn't ask for a reading. I was just like, oh, thank goodness, because I don't think I could have gone through with it.
Do you you went to a party, say with friends, like some people you don't know, some people you do know, and you they walk by you, you get like a chill or a feeling about this person?
There's sometimes when I get a feeling and I have to go tell someone something. It's just like there was this one woman and I could just see like a yellow, I believe it was a yellow rose being put onto a coffin, like someone had just recently died.
Right?
Actually, that's another story.
Oh, yellow roses.
Like
for
someone
the
had
soldier,
just
right?
died, and I could sense that she was kind of getting a message, like I'm okay, and I had to find her and tell her that, I was seeing this.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this. So you feel another spirit was trying to warn her or tell her that everything's okay, but they can't communicate with you, but you felt it, so you can then deliver the message.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that in doing that, you're like essentially kind of predicting the future, seeing the future, or whatever. When it comes down to like someone walking by you and you feel their aura and it's black or it's negative or whatever,
Mhm.
is it ever just completely inconsistent with their physical? Like,
Oh yes.
okay, like
Oh yeah, someone can look just perfectly happy and normal and everything, and
you can see that they are
say that they're
hurting
not.
inside.
Yes, yes.
Like if
That's-
Ted Bundy went up to you and you're like, this is a charming, young, charismatic person, you'd be able to be like, that dude has
They're
buried
like,
64 hookers in his floorboards.
No, I need to keep. Yeah, I'll see pictures of people online. I'll be like, I want nothing to do with them.
Me too. It is called Bumble, and it is a great way to kill a Tuesday night.
Just no.
Victoria has another. Have you ever done astral projections? And I'm going to ask, what does that mean?
Honestly, no, I have not, and
Okay.
she would have to tell you because I have not.
You don't know what it is, or you don't?
No, not something I do.
Okay.
Does it involve astral beads?
No. Different type of beads, my friend. But so all right, let me ask this question. So somebody asked you to come to the house because there's something weird going on. So the cat lady with the cat skull. Did she? One question I have: did she at least run it through the dishwasher before she threw it on her bureau?
I didn't ask. I just thought it was weird.
Gross. I'm just grossed out by that
The
story.
story with it is weird.
Yeah,
it's weird to have a cat skull, and it's also weird that it's not your cat, and then weirder that it is someone else's cat.
Yeah,
like, it goes through multiple.
It's one thing if like all right, you have your cat's ashes or something.
Oh yeah, if it was your own cat. Yeah,
but or some people even stuff the animals, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
did the deceased cat have an aura?
It was just a
present. Like get me out of this crazy lady's bureau.
Yeah.
Like
it
send
was
me back
present.
to the woods.
It was kind of like she was getting a message, and
did it say get me out of here, right? Meow.
No, he's just sitting on a rocking chair.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
So okay, so they call you. They call you in.
Mm-hmm.
You find out whatever's going on. Like, do they ask you to do something about it, or like that's just outside of your?
If I can do anything about it, if I can deliver any messages. I mean, she said that there was somebody coming to her, and I described. They said there's a woman. She looks like she's dressed in olden time. She's kind of have a lacy white dress on. She kind of has a hat on, and she just looked at me, and her eyes got really big. She ran up into her attic. She came back down with a picture of a woman that looked exactly like I said and was like, is it her? I'm like, yeah, it's her. And she wanted to know, she's like, well, why does she keep talking to me? I said, she wants you to know that there is a God.
That there is a God?
Yeah.
Was this person losing faith?
This person said, she's like, well, I'm an atheist. And I'm like, well, you're not anymore. And she kind of
spiritually converted without even knowing it.
She kind of changed a lot of things, and then she got to me like 2 weeks later. She goes, "Everything stopped. Everything stopped since you've been here. Nothing. There's nothing happening at all."
Mm-hmm.
She used to have like these breezes go by her at night, and this whispering in her ears, and all this stuff was going on. I went over there. I told her, and she was just like,
"It smells like cheese curls." It was Holbrook.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do smell like cheese.
Yeah, it's just so you know.
Most of the time.
You know how to float in and out of windows at night.
They call me graceful, and yes.
Yes, and he's only been caught twice.
And I also.
Oh, okay.
I can also float to get catalytic converter sometimes too.
It's kind of like the Ghostbusters movie, right? You just float in.
We've done that Delco version of that.
So, all right. So here, okay. So here's my thing is. So you talk about the spiritual world, and I, like you said, you're not. You're Christian, not Catholic, correct?
Yes.
So, because as a guy who grew up at Catholic school, 12 years between grade school and high school, what we call a Roman Catholic or a staunch Catholic, if you ask my mother about it. That's like what you're talking about, the big no-no. Like that doesn't happen.
It's against the first commandment, Al.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, when you get to somebody like that, like, how do you like? When you like you said, you have an urge, somebody walks by, you have to tell them. Like, have you ever been confronted? Has it ever gotten, I don't want to say physical, but got like really out of hand because of something of what you told them?
No, because usually when I'm telling somebody something, they're just really ready to receive the message.
Okay.
It's like someone has just passed, and I'll tell them, I'll be like, around you, I sense like daisies or something like that. I'm seeing daisies near around you, and they'll be just like, oh my gosh, my mother just passed, and she loved daisies, and oh my gosh, it must be like a sign, and they're usually just very happy to get like some kind of.
Or is it a sign that they picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies and they were in trouble?
No, but they also weren't tiptoeing through the tulips.
There you go. Now, let me ask this question. How about, you kind of brought it up, how about somebody who either has some mental anguish or mental or depression, anxiety, or whatever. But how about, like, for instance, there's people who are not sure if they are a him or her. They have they go by they or whatever. Like,
a gem.
Does that something that you pick up on, or a little different?
It's more like I don't really even try to pick up on that.
But you do. Like,
I mean, I probably could if I tried, but I just.
Does your meter just go off when you walk by something that's
it's more like when somebody might need some help or might need a message, or there's somebody that needs to get through and say to them, I see you, you're doing well, I love you, I'm watching over you, something like that.
Okay.
Now, are you implying the existence of a Thadar instead of a gaydar?
I don't know about that. I wonder, because like she says, she can feel when people are either distraught or confused or something isn't right.
I mean, if somebody is like eyeing up another person for like dating or something like that, I can tell that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Holbrook's lustful eyes, he's been saying at me from across the table for the last like 5 years. You can tell me you can feel that.
Can we pay your fee and just like talk to you like Harvey Firestein and Mrs. Doubtfire and go, matchmaker, make me a match?
Well, actually, that's a good question. Did anybody ever ask you to help them find love?
No, but they do ask me a lot. I mean, I get people to send me pictures and say, is this the one?
Me too. I love OnlyFans.
Do you tell us like right or left?
A lot of times it's not, and it's sad because a lot of people that I want to be like, yeah, be happy that you found them. And a lot of times they're just like, no.
So you've had to like tell them, like, listen, this guy you've been dating for 6 months, kind of a no.
Yeah, I've had to tell them, and the one person I would have to tell them, no, that person is hiding something from you, something fairly important. I honestly can't tell you exactly what it is, but you need to figure it out because it's important, and you can't just go on like that.
All right, I was gonna say,
and then within a few months, they get back to me and they say, oh, he was doing this or he was doing that, and I'll be like, yeah, I warned you.
They're called poppers. And I threw them out.
Yeah. So don't go near my wife, because she might hear the news that I'm not the best she could have done. I keep telling her that, but I don't need you telling her otherwise.
No, she tells me that all the time.
Oh, she tells you that. Is that when you breeze in through the window and breeze out?
Yeah. Why do you think your car struggles going to second gear? Have your catalytic converter too.
All right, here we go. We have a genuine question according to Victoria. Let's see what we got here.
She says, genuine question.
Being Christian, or whichever you are, why is it okay for her? Why is it okay for her to be a medium? That's deceptive practice, and the Bible speaks against. Well, first part, I thought you said, you did say you're not a medium, or at least you don't classify yourself as one.
You just feel. You're feeler.
Okay.
Feeler healer.
Well, I don't know if she's going to say that there weren't any people in the Bible who were not mediums and or psychics that could sense things about the future or other people, because that's not true at all. There were prophets, and none of them were condemned.
The entire book of Revelations was projections.
Yes. I mean, so if she's going to say that
I never thought of that.
You can't go into Revelations and see the future because it's against the Bible, when it is the Bible, you can't see that. So I don't label myself a psychic. I don't label myself any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
labels are for cans.
Labels are for cans.
And I do tell people that God is real. And, I'm just not, I'm not on the same platform.
And I'm not trying to pick a fight with her or anything, but as a guy, like I said, has been through Catholic school for 12 years, right. Grew up in a very Roman Catholic house. Mm-hmm. They always say God will send you signs. Uh-huh. God would, whatever, kind of point you in the right direction. So wouldn't that kind of be just you're really more perceptive to that than maybe the average Joe who's not paying attention?
Could be.
The
Could be.
guy
I mean, everybody has
I'm
talent.
just kind of playing devil's advocate here. I know it's kind of a bad term to use
Every,
in this situation, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, everybody has talents. Okay, some people are good accountants, some people are good actors, some people are good at sports. This is just something that I have a little stronger than maybe other people, and if I can use it to help other people, I'm going to.
Al just gave you a speech about taking signs from God and what they could mean. And Al got diabetes, and he didn't think that eating an ice cream cake named Fudgy the Whale out of a trash can was a sign.
that was before the. That was before.
Where do you think it came from, Al?
That was way before I was diagnosed. I'm just going to throw that out there. Just because I was willing to take the blood test doesn't mean you don't have diabetes. I always got to say that. But my question is now is I went on your website and
It literally was in the trash.
it was
Oh,
not.
No, he ate the ice cream cake out of the
It
trash.
was not. Stop it.
You're just desperate for ice cream, eh?
I like ice cream. What does it mean? Like,
Ice cream cake.
all right.
It is delicious.
Yes, it is. It's a Fudgy the Whale, man. It's a fudge.
Does Al's aura also have a bad A1C?
I don't know. I haven't if you guys want me to read, you guys.
We are gonna. I'm gonna ask you that in the
nervous.
question.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm afraid we're just gonna tell everybody what they know about me already. You're a jackass. Oh, thank you. But so I saw online that you can actually you do it in person. You can do it over the phone, and did I even see email too? So
Well,
you can,
usually in email, I just ask for someone to send me a picture.
then so you have to at least see the person.
It helps to see the person.
Mhm.
I mean, there was just one person online, and they were just like, "Something's wrong in my house," and then I immediately answered to them, "What just happened in your kitchen?" And they said, "How in the heck did you know something just happened in my kitchen?" And I was just like, "I don't know. I just do."
So you can judge people by email?
I can.
My boss does that to me every hour.
Yeah.
No, I'm not judging anybody. I do not judge
Well,
anybody. That's not my.
I know you're not.
Place to
Yeah,
judge
no.
anybody.
But all right. So can you? How? All right, what goes into like? I'm asking you. You do Holbrook first than me. You don't have to touch them or anything. You just have to see them and
I
get
don't
a
have
feel
to
for them. You don't even have to talk to them technically, right? I guess with the email part, you don't have to.
If I just see
So
a
you have to ask
picture
any
of them,
questions?
I can. I mean, there's pictures. I'll see pictures of especially like a lot of government people. And I'll see pictures of people in the government, and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that's just wrong. That's just."
Are you like watching TV and going, "Oh, that guy's aura sucks"?
Yes, I just look at them and I go, just even that the personnel. It's just like, why are these people in charge of us?
Well, there's so many answers for like who's the worst. Who's the best one in the government? The one that gives you the least like grief.
Oh, jeez. I would have to look really hard for
Okay.
somebody. I would have to honestly get back to you on that. I would have to look through a lot of people and find who was the least of all the evils. I even taught my son when he was younger. I'm like, we're not voting for the best candidate.
You vote
We're
for the
voting
tallest-
for the least evil
Ah,
candidate.
yes.
Yes, it's like
Because
South Park
there
said.
is
It's
not
either
a
a
best
sandwich or a
candidate
goose.
anymore.
I vote for the tallest candidate.
Whatever works
Literally
for
my
you. I would vote
criteria.
for Mickey Mouse at this point. There's just no point.
You kind of have at one point, you just don't know it yet.
Probably true.
In
Yeah.
entertainment.
Or Barney or something.
Ooh, in
right?
entertainment, who's the one who gives you like the worst feeling?
Worst feeling. Oh,
And
jeez.
just to let you know, who gives you the best feeling?
And as you think about that, have you ever like read an aura or just got a feeling about somebody and just said, "Oh, don't come near me"? Like you're like pure evil.
I've actually had. Anyway, I really like Roma Downey, by the way.
Roma
The
Downey.
one who was in
From Touched by an Angel?
Yeah, she's just
Fitting.
got a very peaceful feeling to her. But I'm not saying everything she does is perfect either. But
She's
she
Irish,
does
I
have a
believe,
good
correct?
feeling. I guess.
Am I
so,
completely
yeah.
making that up? I think she's Irish.
I'll go
I don't
with
know, but I'll make it up with you. Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
she is.
I'll
That's
go
She's
with it.
Irish.
I'll go
She's
with
Irish.
it. She's
No,
Irish.
She's Irish today.
She loves a good
doesn't
old
know.
bowl
She's
Lucky
not
Charms in the
watching.
morning.
So yeah, no, but there was a house that I was supposed to move into when I was young, and I wouldn't go in. I would not go in. My parents went in and looked at it. I said, "Oh my gosh, do not buy that house because I will not go in." I walked around the driveway. It was the most ugly feeling in that house ever.
So you've been to Holbrook's house. We're
Roma
getting there.
Downey is from North Ireland.
There you
I
go.
will.
There you go.
So-
That's all that's important.
so
Wrap it
she's
up. Okay, we're good.
She can read auras and you can remember Google facts that nobody needs to know. So you guys together make a hell of a team. So could you start with Holbrook and then kind of walk us through the process of what's going on as you're doing it?
Well, basically, there's not really anything going on. I will just look at a person and I can just see. It's just like I can see. And
Okay.
you
Hi.
should just sit there and grin at me.
Yeah, he has a very unsettling grin, isn't it?
Is it the worst?
I said I'm gonna get in our new studio. I'm gonna
He
get a pic.
actually has 3 different colors.
Three
If you
different colors?
see, yes.
Oh.
Which you'll be
They're all
surprised.
different shades of brown, I'm guessing.
No, they're not. There's red, orange, and yellow.
All right,
And
well,
yellow is actually very spiritual, so he's got a spiritual side to him.
I believe I am.
He's got a spiritual side.
Yeah, I was
to
like, break
him.
down these colors.
Now,
What is
okay.
the
When
Diagnose me, Doc.
I'll break down the colors, but honestly, I'm not going to say the same things you're going to read
You
online.
said red, orange,
Okay.
yellow.
I'm going to say the same thing. I mean, I'm going to say how I see it.
Okay.
I'm wearing red and yellow, and I'm drinking orange. And you also just named the colors of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you like McDonald's, but that's not what it's
do.
about. The red and
Should
the
see the
orange
sodium levels.
Red and orange.
are pretty much kind of like your Spitfire, which obviously is true from all this is going on. And that you don't let people tell you no. You just do what you're going to do. You don't hold back.
My
You
parole officer
just-
can vouch for that, yeah.
Yeah, that you just let, you just do what you're going to do and you don't let anybody tell you any different. And you just, to
Yeah.
heck with whatever.
Is that a
if
good
anybody
thing or a bad
bothers you.
thing? Or like
It can be
debate?
both.
Okay.
It can
Yeah.
be both. Because if you rush
To
into
use
a
your powers for good or
situation-
evil, Holbrook, that's the question.
Yes.
Mostly pure evil.
Yes. Like if you're a kind of person that doesn't hold back and there's a bunch of kids in a burning fire and you run in and save them,
I would probably do that.
that's for good.
Yeah.
But if you started the fire, then that's for bad.
There's a good
there
chance
you
I might
go.
have done that too.
Yeah.
So, it depends
He'll
on how you
get
look
drunk,
at it.
start the fire, but then he'll run back in
And save the kids, right. There you
Sometimes I
go.
start fires and I yell, "Take that, Billy Joel."
Is he in there? Because if he's not, then it's
Well,
pointless.
no, I start yelling, "We didn't start the fire." I'm like, "I did."
Holbrook
he
did start the
needs
fire.
to know you did it.
I
It's
did,
just not the
Piano Man.
same.
So is that the red or is that the red and orange put together?
Put together. It's
Oh.
both of them. They both have that. Yeah.
So it is like
Yes.
colors. When you put the colors together, you get different color, and so that will turn into something completely different.
What about the
No,
yellow? You
not
said
really.
that's spiritual.
It's just like the spiritual is the yellow. The yellow is spiritual, and like white is like the most spiritual presence, like the
Okay.
most calming spiritual presence. And that's the way I sense it. I feel it. You're going to get other people telling you other things.
Sure.
And the other thing is that your aura can change. I don't know if everybody says their aura can change or not.
Change
But as you
hourly,
change-
daily.
No. Like if you have a large personality change, if you go through something like really traumatic,
Yeah.
you're probably going to have a darker aura and
Right
you're going to
away.
be down. Yeah. But as you get back out of that, it's going to change to back the way it used to be.
So it does kind of go along with your overall arcing emotions.
Emotions and,
So
somewhat-
it's like a nurture versus nature thing where you're saying with that, where it goes, the nurture is your overlying like story through life. Is there an actual, do people have a predetermined and consistent like aura? Like was Hitler always evil and like was
I don't think
Robert
Hitler was
Downey
always
Jr.
evil.
always great? Like I don't know why I went with
No,
him, but
I think that
he had struggles.
I don't think it's like that, but I don't think Hitler was always evil. I don't believe he was always evil. I believe he went through his childhood and he took the things that happened in his childhood way harder
Mm-hmm.
than most people would. I think he was like over emotional and he took it out on the entire world.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was born evil.
So there's
So do our people born evil though? Like in your eyes, do you feel like you could look at a baby and go, "That's an evil baby, throw it out"?
I wouldn't throw a baby out.
No,
I
but
would
I'm
try
just
to-
saying, like, can you look, like, do you believe anybody is born evil? I guess is a good way of putting it. Like from the get, yeah, this person.
I
sucks.
believe there are people who can be evil throughout birth to death. Yeah, but I don't know that that's like they're predestined or that. I think that can change.
what
Okay.
city has the worst aura?
Oh, jeez. I don't know why I want to say Chicago, but that's the first.
Well,
thing
if
that
you've seen the
popped
murder
into
rate,
my
you'll know
mind.
why.
But yeah, that's the first. The second you said that, Chicago just popped into my mind. So that's the first place I'm going to say.
I want to say Boston.
Okay, you say Boston.
I'm not an empath, but I mean Chicago. All their stuff is like gangs. Like those are people who got caught up in gangs shooting each other. Boston are just jerks. Like they're just dicks for no reason. Like they're not part of a gang. They just
Yeah,
wanna be
LeBron
dicks.
doesn't like them, even though he owns one of their
Yeah.
teams.
But they're just also sometimes confused or sometimes messed up in the head and sometimes have mental issues. The gangs, they're doing that on purpose.
Well, I mean they got brought into it.
Yeah, but they're doing it on purpose. They're intentionally
Definitely.
going out and being nasty. The other
Definitely.
people might just be like lost and confused
Fair.
and
Fair.
but they're just
So when
Strong argument. I like that.
when you read Holbrook in a sense, and you kind of point those things out, what
She's determined that I'm passionate
you're passionate
and
Yes.
spiritual.
and
Yes.
you're bullheaded at times. Yeah, she got your kind
And
of spot.
That's
on.
pretty
generally,
spot
he's a
on.
kind person, though. He's a kind person. I think
He's got
he would
kind
help
eyes.
anybody
Kind eyes.
that if
I
he could
do.
help.
I do have kind eyes.
You look like you're trying to sell baby food
Actually,
or
it's
something.
funny. So, like in our new studio, I want to get a picture of that and put that in front of the wall on the front of the toilet. So when you go to the bathroom, you have to see that Holbrook
just looking
picture.
at. Oh boy.
Yeah, if that's not unsettling. I don't know what is. So okay, do me now.
Oh,
She's like, I need to leave.
So you know,
I have to kind of like reset a little bit.
Okay.
After
Fudgy the Whale.
All right, well,
was
we'll talk a
brown.
little bit more. I'll let you clear your.
You
Your
actually
screen.
have.
Fudgy the Whale was brown. The Choco
Oddly
Taco
enough.
was brown.
I just find you have like blue
Like Taco
Okay.
Bell.
and some green, and you actually have some white. You have some like very spiritual
See that?
side to you.
Blue, green, and white.
It's the reflection.
Like
of
the
his
way I
bald
see
head.
it, the blue now. The way I see the blue is like people who usually like nature
Uh huh.
and like animals. You like animals like dogs, cats.
He
and
likes
just-
Fudgy the Whale.
There you go. That's it.
He likes how that
And
dog
it's
ate the
just
Choco
weird.
Taco wrapper.
Like animals, nature, and stuff like that, and like
I'm an animal guy. I will say that.
then the way the blue is kind of like calm. You have like a calm sense to you.
I
Do
gotta
people ever
tell him
come
that's not
to-
real.
No. Do people ever
Well, I
come
mean,
to
I
talk
do have
to
to deal
you?
with you. So if I'm the calm one in the group, I guess I can see where she feels
Well, in
that.
comparison,
Yeah.
definitely in comparison.
Yeah.
Do people ever come to you and like ask you like advice or anything like that?
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
So that's what I'm saying. If you have that calming feeling to you, people will come and ask you advice because they'll know they're safe.
So it's funny because my wife
That's
and
true.
the girl I work with did say that to me the other day. Goes, people will randomly come up and they will ask you the most random facts about something. They don't even know who you are. And I go, I always say, I must have that face that people feel comfortable to
Yeah.
tell me things I don't want to hear.
It's like calming, like like placid, like a peaceful ocean, not like rampaging.
That is
like a
actually
peaceful
Al.
ocean.
The only
I
calm
go to-
Al has it for a buffet, then the hell breaks loose. That's right.
Al is in the medical profession. I do frequently go to him with actual questions, and he'll tell me to come up, and he'll take care of it right away. Or like when I'll text him, at like midnight on a Friday in the middle of my meltdown, I go, Al, do you have bail money? You know where Upper Darby's jail cell is. They know the protocol.
He actually has his name on one of the stools in one of the cells, so I always know where he ends up. So
Yeah, we bought him pizza one time during a riot so that I would get out of jail once.
it did work out for us. It was the best pizza we ever bought.
Coco's getting me half price. You should support Coco's.
Yeah, win, win, win. So
So Al is calm and spiritual.
There's a calmness, and I mean he can goof around on here and everything, but there's something like I said, people will come to him and ask him questions and just feel calmer around him. Which
I'm gonna ask my wife this because I know she's doing something tonight, so I know she's not watching.
all right.
I'm gonna ask her if she feels this way. I'm gonna see what she said. I'm really interested in somebody who has to deal, and she has to work with me on top of, deal with me as a husband.
Okay, well she works with you and she hasn't quit, so there's something about it then.
Yeah, I don't think she would quit either way. My wife just
Yeah,
she's
but
one
if
of
she
those people who hate change.
if she really couldn't put up with you, she would still keep going.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
calm around Al because I go, wow, someone's angrier than me.
Well, he hasn't gone green and
I'm not hulking out.
he's not hulking out.
They do call
Yeah.
me the Incredible Bulk
He's not
sometimes.
saying
So.
Hulk smash or anything like that.
So Victoria wants you to do hers. I don't know. Can you do that over the computer? We need a picture,
Jeez,
right?
Can I see the picture?
Yeah, Victoria, if you can submit a picture on Facebook to our messenger, I'll see if I can flash it up on the screen because she kind of needs to see you to do so.
Yeah, it will be helpful.
Do you want to jump into your? So Holbrook, kind of getting the theme, came up with his own Delco tarot card reading. The tarot, right?
Delcott.
Delco.
Delcott.
Okay.
Delco, but with the T at the end.
Okay. He came up with his own cards.
I'm aware that you are not a tarot card reader,
No,
but I was very convinced in the segment, so I went and made them last Friday morning, and we're gonna try to sell them because
you can.
yes,
Okay.
because we need money.
So
Doesn't
So,
everyone?
Alan's, I want you to pick two, and I'm going to do a card reading of all.
you want me to
all
pick
three of us.
just two randoms?
Two randoms?
Two
I
randoms.
mean, that's how I'd be picking them out anyway. If I was a tarot
All
card
right.
reader,
So
right?
here's your first random.
Okay. Oh, this is for you.
Oh, that's for me.
You are the bridge.
I'm the bridge.
Loud, frustrating, iconic, connects one to oneself. It doesn't really sound like it. Actually sounds like the complete opposite. But still, that's the beep beep bridge.
Here's your other random.
You combine that with the necessary. You got the two worst ones.
The blue
I think Al's picking the worst ones up first.
The blue root.
The blue root. Convoluted, slow moving, flawed, used.
That is what
Sounds like the opposite of what you seem to be.
Yeah, that's what my wife said during our vows when we got married.
That's what your wife said to me last time we were
convoluting.
Yes. She said you're convoluted, slow moving, flawed, and used. Oh my god, I actually associate with this one more.
All right, you ready?
This is for you, Al. The magician. Stan Wolf, by the way, on his wedding.
It is
day.
Dan Wolf, yeah.
Creativity, culinary skills, ability to rile up the police.
That is me. That is me. I can cook well.
Well, it's a hybrid. It's between you and the next one you pick.
All right. Okay, here we go.
The Ursa misdemeanor instead of Ursa minor. That is the Delco bear. Sporadic, wild, yet tamed. Elusive, hungry.
Yeah, that's
After
kind of
that
me.
cake store, yeah, he sounds hungry.
That's me.
The next one would be from me.
All right.
I'd be a combo of the safety net. That is Narcan. Keeps the party going. Free, arrest proof.
I would say quasi arrest proof.
I think this is
the fact that you haven't been arrested more often is kind of its own amazing.
Shocking,
feat.
knock on wood. All right, and that's combined with the smoker, flatulence, anger, loose spells, nicotine dependency. I think I made 12, so I mean we can, or whatever.
All right,
I mean,
so
so we can do one more round.
I'm gonna do. I'll have it do a.
So for Shelly,
I'll have it do a random pick. So
Okay.
all right, come on.
the next two would also be Shelly.
The first one.
The lovers, prosperity, good looks, success, man love. That's PJ.
Yeah, they're going to kill us for that one. They're going to kill us for that one.
They're gonna love us. Why would they take the picture?
This is true.
Oh,
All right, here you go.
And the lovers mixed with the model, tenacious, beauty, first place. Keep voting for her. Shameless self promotion. She's still in first.
She's still in first.
She's still in first.
So for those who are maybe not familiar, 2 episodes ago or 2 weeks ago, we had Delco's first possible Maxim cover magazine model, and she's really in the midst of it. Laura right now is in the midst of it, and she remains in first place. I believe mid-August, right, is when it ends.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a week after the Delco.
So she's made it through a few rounds and remains in first place. So if you can get out there and keep voting for her, Delco, we can have Delco's first Maxim model cover.
And she's like slaying it, like really freaking slaying it, but not like enough to like stop voting. You have to keep going. And if she wins in August, she goes to France to do a photo shoot, and like that becomes the December issue of Maxim.
All right, you ready to do one more for you?
It'll be 2 for you.
Oh, to me. All right, ready? And
You are the fool. Corruption, cowardice, arrogance, goat love.
And right.
Yes, that is Barbara Ann Keffer, the mayor of Upper Darby. And you are mixed with the diabetic.
Oh, no.
Hate, lack of self-control, odd smell, large genitalia. And that leaves the last 2 for me.
All right, random pick. It's not going to be anything you haven't seen yet. So random pick.
Yeah, there should be 2. Oh, God. I am the sign. Gaudy, unwanted, unneeded, poorly placed. Ew. Mixed with the fraud, greed, penny pinching, loss of direction, stale.
When I think of you, the word
home.
stale comes to mind. So
that hits home.
That hits way too close to home for
mine. Hit home.
Those are pretty amazing. I have to admit.
Those
For Delco, would you call them Delcot cards? How do you say the actual word? Is it
tarot? But
tarot cards or
Delco
tarot cards?
I think different people say it differently.
Okay.
Wait, you've heard people?
It's like tomato. I've heard people.
But have you ever heard anyone call it a tomato?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. Wait,
honestly,
so where
they're taking a tomato with a picture and writing on it?
So wait, where are you from in Delco?
Where? Oh, jeez. Do I want to tell people that?
I don't know. It's up to you.
No, I just live in Delco. Let's go with that.
Okay, like north or south?
I don't want people coming after me.
North or south?
North.
Okay.
I think she just picked one.
Me too. I'm a northerner. Al's like border state.
Dude, I live 5 blocks away from you.
I live in the studio.
It's a border state.
I live under the table here.
I
did for a weird week in 2020
Yo, listen, in
as
2
well.
weeks, you can live in here all you want.
Because you won't be here. See, I have the option.
You have the option.
I'm not lying.
Trust me, your landlord, you might not be happy about it, but whatever. He'll get over it.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Think he's watching?
I don't think so.
He'll be watching me making s'mores in here the last month of the lease.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah. Pooping on a fire.
I wonder why he wants us gone.
He wants some more smell in here. He's getting it.
Oh, and so when we talked last, you tell me, so you have something coming up. So I'm going to throw this up on the screen so people who maybe are interested in what you're talking about.
Yeah, tell us where they can find you.
You know,
stuff,
so let's first of all, let's talk about this event and kind of break it down because it says yoga class, but also
you have to actually go to the yoga class first. That's
okay.
The whole point. You have to do the yoga first, and then I'm giving readings after the yoga class. So you have to actually contact them, not me. You have to contact them, sign up for the class, and then after the class, you get a reading. So they're like $5 each for the readings. So
that's at 6 Yale Avenue. Is that the Zumba studio next to?
It's 1010 Truth Yoga. See, that's on the thing.
Why is it called 1010 if the address is 6?
I didn't name it.
1010
But like, where's that at? Is that near the old J.D. Ralston's?
6 Yale
I
Avenue.
honestly don't
know. That could
they
be.
They just told me they would like me to come
the
to
Zumba studio next to
it's above.
Yeah.
Very nice people over there that I've been talking to. And I gave her a reading and she was very, very happy.
Actually, no. Do you know what I think that is? I know exactly where it is. You know those little set of stores across from where J.D. Ralston's was?
Yes, to an extent.
That's because that's Yale Avenue. Because the other ones are Morton Avenue. So Yale Avenue, I think. So that's that tiny little strip of stores right before you hit the
Rio's Pharmacy and all that.
Well, no, right next to the train, like where you get on and off the train there.
Oh.
So you have to actually, like, if you're coming over the tracks, you would have to go right down Yale Avenue.
Heading towards where?
If you're coming, all right, going down Morton Avenue, going towards Ridley High School. As soon as you come over, like the set of tracks there, you go to the right down Yale and get off Morton. That's where it is. There's a little strip of stores right over the track. It's like the train tracks are right behind you. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
How do I explain this? All right, you're going down 420.
BJ's is on my right.
BJ's is on your right.
Tracks.
You get to the light at the tracks.
Yeah.
You make a right, and instead of staying on Morton Avenue going towards the high school, you make a harder right to Yale Avenue, and there's a strip of stores right there. So, like, you would never know. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where it's at. My grandmother grew up on that street, so I know.
Okay, that is Yale. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's right there at the train tracks are crossing there at Yale and
right
Avenue.
after you do yoga and get your aura reading, you can get a Morton concert.
Yes.
14 hours later when they open at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Do you do yoga?
No.
Really? I just started doing it. The DDP yoga, the Diamond Dallas Page yoga. It's
pretty
good.
I saw the video behind this guy who like completely
was a paratrooper that was like crippled. Now he
was like crippled. He could barely move. He was walking with like two canes and all that stuff. And then he started doing that, and he got like, I see those kind of things, and I get inspired by it at the same time. Like, is there more to it? Like,
without just this turning into a product placement for DDP, it's actually really great. I love it. They're only like 25-minute segments, and the great thing is he's a pro athlete, but he's also an old battered man, and he's always about like making your own thing. And it's like you never want to see him tap out, but he'll be like, do this pose and be like, my wrist is shattered from that match with Macho Man though, so I can't do this, so I do that. So feel free to like do whatever you want.
Yeah, a lot of the new like workouts they do like if you can't do it this way,
Yeah,
they always have a side person who's doing
they do
the
that.
newer
the modified.
the modified. Yes, that's what my wife.
But it's great to hear him do it. Be like, I want to do this, but my ankle's shattered from that match with Goldberg. And it's actually pretty cool. Like, yeah, a couple sessions in, I'll tell you what, I hurt like shit. I felt great for a couple hours after the first one. Felt like shit for the next couple of days, and felt great after the rest.
So, well, it's like working out. If you don't do it a lot, and then you go
Exactly.
work out, you're gonna feel like somebody beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, and they do it good. They do it great, which is one thing I love because they start out in the first few minutes are literally like the worst, and you're like looking at the clock and you're like, dude, I'm only 2 minutes in, I'm dying, and then it just gets easier and easier and easier. You're like, yay.
Yeah, I gotta do something like that. That makes sense. Now, of course, we're gonna get ready to go. If somebody wants to get in touch with you,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure I read the name right. It is Angel's Prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. Angel apostrophe S, so like the angel owns the prayers. So Angel's Prayers. How do they get in touch with you that way?
You can go to Angel's Prayers at Weebly, and if you just type in Angel's Prayers Weebly, WEEBLE.
Weebly?
Yeah.
Weebly.
What's that say?
It's a site.
It's
the name of
kind
the
of like
site.
one of those site builder
Yeah,
sites.
it's a site builder, and
Like an Angel Fire?
Used
I
to be
don't
like
think
that. Yeah.
But if you just type that in, it comes up, and you can click on it.
Okay.
You can find it.
And is it mainly just ways for them to contact you? Do you have anything?
Yeah, there's a way through there. You can contact me. There's a contact form through there. You can contact me through there.
Okay.
And also,
so you do people? Do you do houses and
houses? Yeah,
Okay.
houses isn't actually listed on there, but if you want me to do something like that, if someone's listening, that just go to the contact form and write, I want to find out what's going on in my house.
Is there anything called like an aura party? Like where people have like 5 or 6 people, like the girls do like the painting with a twist or with a twist, you know?
Yeah. If like if anybody would want me to come to their restaurant or their establishment or their business or anything and give readings, excuse me, like after a wedding or party like that, I can do that.
Yeah, have you ever done a wedding?
I have done some birthday
nah.
parties and a couple of like pre-wedding.
I think she would do pre-wedding things because like you want to know if the lady's going to tell you that something may not mix well. Like so when you see colors,
yeah,
like you saw with Holborn, you saw some different shades of colors with us.
right?
Do certain colors not mix well? Like do you see like this couple has brown and red that doesn't mix well? Like
yeah, there is some that are like total opposites, but there's some people that make it work. It really depends on the person.
Me and Al's colors sound very opposite, but I don't know if you saw our Delco Day video where we just put on the greatest bromance ever recorded.
Bromance.
Oh, no.
Not like gay, but like
but the other thing,
gay.
Oh, brother. But the other place that I
it's like the 50 Shades where there's not actually insertion; it's just like the atmosphere gay.
Well, the other place I will probably be around Halloween is with Sleuthhound.
What?
It's called Sleuthhound, and they they give ghost tours in Westchester.
Okay, I remember you telling me you've done this.
Yeah,
before,
and I
right?
may be part of that. Is
the note one of them where they can find the ghost of my career?
There's just a lot of different things going on over there, and some of it's
the
theatrics, and
tours,
some of it's real stories, and they just take you through the town and they walk you through. And
they tell you
all
about the
these
history,
stories.
or is it like ghost stories about?
Yeah,
Westchester?
It's like ghost stories, but they also do a lot of other things. They have like different nights where you go and you like I can't think of the name of the stupid thing. Where you go and like try to do like an escape room kind of thing.
Okay.
And they do all these different things. So if you just look it up, you can find them.
You can go to
I'm plugging them now.
You can go to Doc McGrogan's, find some fish bowls, and like find the ghosts of like my self-respect.
Well, if you want to make that a thing, someone might pay you. Who knows?
Oh, that's true.
There you go. You can make your own tour of that.
They if we just do rapid fire person, places, things, could you just tell us the color and what's going on with it?
No. I need time to read.
She needs to readjust. Remember, she had to readjust just to talk from me to you. So
because if I'm really connected to a place and a thing, then I have to like disconnect myself.
Can you do a
that.
place reading by a picture, or do you really need to be in the place?
I can do it by a picture. I can sense if it's a good feeling in the place or bad. I mean, there have been places where they asked me to come, and I said I ain't going near that place.
Really?
I'm not
Taylor
going anywhere near
Hospital.
that place.
Yeah, that's what most people say about Taylor Hospital.
Yeah,
Taylor
no,
Hospital. What vibe are you getting?
I can't. I'm not going to say that. They're going to sue me. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
nothing.
If they haven't sued us
They're
yet,
going
you're
to come
fine.
after me. No, no.
You act like they're
going
going to do something.
It's more like a house. With my luck, they would. To me, they would. They'll leave you guys.
Yeah, with
alone
our
and
luck,
sit
we're like
down.
going to snap a kneecap and we're like, dude, you got to take me to the hospital.
I got
Yeah, you'll be
shot
at Taylor. They won't treat you. They'll be like, you said what? Yeah.
I
Can't
parked
do
at
that.
Taylor to play a show at Dolan's like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, wow, if I break my ankle, I'm literally crawling to.
Yeah, just take me to Bryn Mawr and let me die.
My dad just had some major medical issues, and he was in South Jersey, and I'm so thankful that he was in South Jersey at the time.
All right, I want to thank our awesome sponsors. Let's start with the one that you see up on the screen here, 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park, Dolan's Bar, the most Delco bar, holding that moniker. And like I said, the menu is growing. The Tequila Lobos is growing. They're going to be adding in some of Wolf's Superior Sandwiches fan favorites, gritty. You don't like cheese stick, you like scrapple, you're gonna like the gritty. The pickle Rick is one of my favorites as well. That's gonna be there's gonna be a whole new menu. Part of it's gonna be coming to Dolan's, and we are going to have it ready for you shortly once it's launched. Don't forget about fatcowjerky.com, utterly perfect jerky. Facebook, Instagram, fatcowjerky.com, and get ready because they're gonna have some canine cuts, some treats for your doggies. So you can get yourself a delicious bag of maple breakfast, which is one of my favorite, and you can get your little favorite puppy or dog a flavor of their
Did you
own.
submit to eating dog treats?
Huh?
Did you just submit to eating dog treats?
One time.
That happens.
One time.
It's protein.
We ran out of crackers, and I wanted the hummus that bad. And then don't forget David R.
Like
Cherry.
you went to the health food aisle for hummus.
Yes. David R. Cherry, cherryinjurylaw.com, 610-565-0300. Call Dave for your workers'
Beat your wife in court.
Oh, God. Workers' compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, criminal law. David R. Cherry is your man. And everybody, don't forget the 4th annual. I said 4th. That means it's 4th. It's happened 3 times prior to this. Delco Masters.
We didn't just make it up, did we?
No,
it's a real thing.
Nope, it's a real thing. And you can come to the Clifton Heights Putt-Putt on August 12th at 7 o'clock. Start golfing and end off the night with a 2-hour open bar at the Delco Cup, originally the Stanley Cup. And it's going to be a great time. A lot of Delconians there. We had some of the best dress last year. And it's just a good time. Come on out and get rid of the kids for the night and have a good old time.
That's how we throw it.
Delco Day 8 coming. 610 show.
828 days away.
Yep. You know it's coming. It's there. We own it. Don't try to steal it like some people have.
Yeah, Fox 29, you did not create it on the 8th anniversary of it.
Yeah, right. And thank you to Shelly Smiley.
Yes, thank you.
For joining us and putting up with our goofiness.
Yeah.
But it was interesting.
I loved it. That was an enlightening hour.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I'll be honest. I'm like,
hell, I was told that I was intent to make bad decisions.
Well,
boy,
then she's watched an episode of this before.
She's pulled my court file.
Yeah. But check it out. Check her out at angelsprayers.weebly. You said
Weebly, yeah.
Weebly. And you can sign her up to come to see you or do it over the phone or any other way and get your aura read and understand maybe the spiritual side of yourself. But check her out, and we want to thank her for joining us because putting up with us isn't easy. So thank you.
I put up with worse.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to meet this worse sometime. All right,
No, you don't.
I don't meet the worse.
We are out of here.
Godspeed, Delco.